What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have live twin Runick Spright going up against brand Despia. This is a deck has been one of my favorite decks for the longest time now, and we have Matt operating it over here. And a lot of people have been asking more for Jamie on the left side here. So for that Runick Spright player, a lot of players do love him. He is a great sportsmanship player. Anytime, or sportsman-like player, I should say. Anytime you're playing against him, it's just a blast. Before we dive in, over to like, comment, scraps. Trying to hit that 5K, this is hitting in the new year, unfortunately. So I guess Happy New Year to everyone who celebrates that stuff. We're going to be trying to hit 5K, hoping to hit 10K before the end of the year. This is going to be 12 months trying to hit that 10K button, and we need your guys' support here. We're going to be doing a big giveaway at 5K, but we're going to be seeing Brand Despia going to be going first here with a Fusion deployment, going to be revealing out the Cartesia Grand Ganault to summon herself out. This is going to let us be able to dodge any kind of Imperm or Valor type stuff on the Aluber that's getting normal summoned. Right, going to activate effects. Switching for a copy of a Branded Fusion, which can fusion from the deck. And this card is still at 3. We're going to see the effect going to be activated there. Going to be using the Lubellion as well as the Albaz to go for a copy of the Albion, which can then fusion summon once again here using potentially the Albaz as well as maybe the Aluber. We're going to be seeing definitely the Albaz there. But we're also going to be chaining the Cartesia to this, summoning out the Grand Ganault. Then we're going to be banishing the Cartesia as well as the Albaz, going straight for a copy of the Albion, the Sanctum Fire Dragon. Grand Ganault is going to activate effects, dumping the Gimmick Puppet Nightmare here. And we have officially the Gimmick Puppet set up, I should say. They're going to be tagging out with Lubellion, going to be activating its effects there to be putting the Branded Lost onto the field here. I suppose if your opponent does not have any hand traps, this is quite a good way to essentially just puppet lock your opponent there. We could also save the Branded in red for another target, so not having to go for any of that, or even going for a Mirror Jade in line, which is quite a classic line of the Branded player here. We're going to see a Branded in red being set. And just passing turn onto this. During the draw phase, we're going to be seeing Albion getting activate its effects, giving our opponent the Sanctum Fire as well, or giving our opponent can activate its effects there. Going to be giving us the Aluber as well as our opponent the Gimmick Puppet. Or going for the Albion instead. Definitely want to keep that Branded in red live for the copy of the Aluber here. But we're going to see them activate the effect of Forbidden Droplets on the using the Gimmick Puppet to send. I wonder why we choose not to negate the Albion there. Wanting to send maybe a card from our hand instead to just negate the Albion so we can continue to summon out here. We're going to see the Branded Red is going to resolve. Going to be adding back the Aluber using... that you cannot, unfortunately, use Sanctum Fire as a fusion material. It's one of the rules of Sanctum Fire. So you can't do that, unfortunately. But we're going to go for a Dragos Tapelia. Then we're going to see Branded Lost going to be searching us for the copy of the of Albion. You could work your way around it by using a different monster there, but so you can't special summon for the rest of the turn, unfortunately, but you're going to pass turn on this. It's really hard. We're going to see them normal summon out the Aluber, activate the effect. Let's go search for another copy of Branded Fusion. If we wanted to, we could also search for anything else, because we do have the copy of Albion in the hand, which can dump the Retribution to add back. We can also use the Retribution to add back the Branded in red as well, which is very nice. We did see that little bit of a misplay there on both players. We're going to see Branded Fusion dumping Albaz as well as the Tragedy to go for a copy of Lubellion, which will then be able to trigger the Tragedy as well as the Lubellion there. Lubellion is going to be discarding the copy of Ash Blossom, as well as Tragedy going to be triggering. going to be adding the ad libitum there, which can then bring back out the copy of Sanctifier from the graveyard, which unfortunately shouldn't really be there. Once again, we're using Sanctifier to use as a fusion material, and it does clearly list on the card that it cannot. I'm going to pull up the card just to make sure that I'm not mistaken here. Yeah, it cannot be used as fusion material. Then we're using it to go into a copy of Mirror Jade, but you don't really want to use it as fusion material. You would rather have it in the Banish Zone so that you can actually just use Albion or ad libitum to special summon it back. I'm going to be seeing them go Retribution, add back to Branded in red. And then, oh, it looks like they're realizing that they can't do that. They're going to see Branded in red going to be activated here. To go for the copy of Quertus, and then that's going to be summoning back out the Albion. And I see our opponent scooping up there, realizing that it is going to be just enough. They're going to be continuing looping that favorite Gimmick Puppet Nightmare there. A little bit of a misplay, but you know, there's the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Definitely just making sure that we don't end up having those kind of interactions like that. I definitely wanted to get a branded video to go up with the deck profile that I posted yesterday. I know I've been playing on DB. I have not been playing at locals. The locals did shut down for a little bit, so I've been preparing. You know, this is before December ended up hitting. I know that brand is going up past that. You know, the deck profile did drop yesterday, but unfortunately, you know, we are not able to go to locals. It is shut down because of Christmas. The owners take a week off, so we can't really do that, which is kind of unfortunate for us. But I wanted to still have a video, so we're preparing it in advance for you guys. But we're going to be diving into game 2 here, with the Freezing Curse is going to be summoning out the copy of Hugin. The activating effects discarding the copy of Evenly Matched. Interesting that we're choosing that to go in first. I suppose that a lot of times your board can get broken, and then you can just go for it evenly. If you don't open very well, we're going to see a starter going to be going for blue, and then we're going to go for Jet. That's going to go for a Smashers. There also could be the possibility that they are playing Crossout as well, because, you know, Evenly Matched does kind of wreck their board. I knew at one point that he was playing Crossout in it, so kind of important to note. But we did see the Hugin get ashed, so we can't search our good old copy of Fountain, but we can overlay for a copy of Gigantic here. Gigantic can let us go into the Live Twin package here, which we will be seeing going into a Leela. Then the Frost is in the hand, so we can actually go for both packages here right away. We're going to be linking away into the copy of IP. And then we can go for the Kissy Kill here. And Kissy Kill is going to be bringing back the blue. Then we're going to go into the blue, which can then bring back the pink. And let us get an additional draw here. And unfortunately, they're not playing SP in this build because they don't own one. They're borrowing someone else's, and they needed it back. So, unfortunately, you know, that IP cannot go into an SP, but if it could, this game could be quite differently. Then we're going to see a fusion deployment here. They're going to be chaining Carrot here to negate that. And then could we see the blue bring back the pink for an additional draw here? I feel like we have to. We're going to be noticing with the Aluber. And like, if we would have brought back the pink, we could have maybe drawn to like a Veil or something like that. But we're going to be seeing them flip up a Droplets. Showing for the blue there. They do have the Super Poly, which is quite good. That's going to get rid of... Oh, they do chain the blue, then they chain the... Okay, summoning out. Then we're going to see the Quertus. Then we're going to be able to resolve because Super Poly... well, because the Droplets was not able to target the monster there. But we'll be able to negate the Quertus. And then they're going to be activating that branded fusion that they ended up searching here. Which is quite nice. I'm going to go for the Lubellion as well as Albaz to go for the copy of Albion here. And then Albion can activate effects. We're going to be trying to pop this. That is a horrible... I mean, I suppose that's going to stop a loss from getting on the field. But I feel like you just wait to see what they summon first. But they do have a Call by the Grave for the blue here. Holy. At this point, the game is just over for Brandon players sweeping the floor here. They're going to be using the Albaz as well as... what? Like, they go for the... They could go for the Quertus, but they also have, like, the Aluber in the grave that can go for the copy of... Oh, they don't have any other cards in the hand. They're going to go for the Mirror Jade here, okay. They just don't have any other cards left. That's very fair. They can tag out for the Albion, for the Lubellion. They do have a Smashers, so they will be able to Smashers the blue, and then probably there we're going to see them banish, and then we're going to chain the Mirror Jade here. Taking a copy of Titaniclad, and they're going to be banishing the blue there. They're going to banish the Jet, or banish the Carrot, to then banish the Mirror Jade, and then Mirror Jade effect will be able to activate there. They're going to go Albion attack into the pink, taking some damage, and then in main phase 2, they're going to be tagging out for Lubellion. Lubellion will then be able to set up the branded Lost, and then during the end phase, Albion as well as Titaniclad will be able to trigger here, which will then be able to add us or set us the branded red and summon out the copy of Quem, and it looks like our opponent is going to be sending, or we're going to be sending the copy of Cartesia here, which will then be able to reborn out with the Quem later in the next turn here, and then we are going to be setting the branded and red before we have the insane follow-up. Oh yeah, and I guess we can summon out Cartesia, we can add back Cartesia there as well. They're going to be drawing for turn here, and it doesn't look too good for us, so we have no graveyard effects and no monster effects, so we're going to be thinking about this, and they're just going to scoop it up there with Branded taking the game to here as well. You know, Gaming Puppet is a crazy card, and having the Call by the Grave as well, just to, like, stop our opponent going second, is just absolutely nice with the Ash. Realize, hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, want to see more content like this, and don't forget to stay safe. Peace.